So thank you for joining me to meditate today. Today we're going to be doing a Zen-style meditation, which is a deceptively easy meditation, but it's quite difficult to do, or it can be kind of intimidating for people to do. So the instructions for it are pretty straightforward. All we're really going to be doing is breathing in, thinking the number 1, breathing out, thinking the number 1. Breathing in, think the number 2, breathing out, think the number 2, until you reach 10. And if at any time you notice yourself daydreaming about the past or the future, or in any other way leaving the present moment, just restart your counting. And this kind of exercise can be very frustrating to people who feel like they have to be perfect about this, and who are very afraid of, feeling like they're failing, and that's not the point of this at all. In fact, the attitude I tell my students in my class they should have is the attitude of gratefulness when they have to restart their counting, because that means that they're becoming more mindful and more aware of what's going on. So as we do this exercise, I invite you to extend some self-compassion. And so whenever you have to restart your counting, just acknowledge that your mind has wandered, and be glad that you have noticed that you are becoming more aware, and restart your counting. So the real purpose of this exercise is to learn to be able to focus and learn to be in the present and notice when our mind has wandered. And this is a very simple technique. So, of course, if you have anxiety and you find yourself feeling anxious, feel free to just take some deep breaths at any time, and feel free to stop otherwise if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable. But so I've got my phone here with my Insight Timer app, and we're just going to do 5 minutes of this simple counting meditation. And we're just going to be starting with 3 bells, and we are going to be having a bell on the minute, and then concluding with 3 ending bells. And so remember, we're simply going to be silently counting in our heads, 1 on the inhale, 1 on the exhale, 2 on the inhale, 2 on the exhale, until you reach 10, and restarting whenever you start to daydream. And so that's our simple meditation for today, and this derives from the Zen tradition. So I'm going to go ahead and start our timer, and we can begin. Now that we have finished our meditation, I want you to gently open your eyes and refocus your attention. And if you want to wiggle your fingers or wiggle your toes, or maybe you want to stretch your arms, feel free to take your time to slowly return your attention to this room. And I hope you've enjoyed this meditation. And it can be a very difficult and intimidating meditation for people who have never done it before, because it's just you sitting quietly with yourself. But if you practice it enough, it becomes a very grounding meditation and helps you feel more at home in your own skin. And so I find this to be one of my favorite meditations. And of course, to those with a history of anxiety, this meditation may not be a good one to start with, but I definitely encourage you to, keep trying this meditation. And I think it's a very valuable meditation, and I will post some additional readings on the Zen tradition in the description of the video. And so I want to thank you so much for meditating with me today, and I hope you'll meditate with me again soon.